Can you see her? Can you see her? Just from the box, I'm so excited. Hi everyone, welcome back. For today, I have a couple of items that came in January, but sadly did not make it into the January haul. So here they are. Both of these boxes are figures and I got them from China Taobao. But before I go into them, I also got some Kaiju 8 merch which I got from my local proxy. So let me show you what these are first. First up, I picked up the Hoshina and Narumi pass case, which is from the second batch of Kaiju 8 exhibition merch my local proxy helped to get from Japan. She apparently had to go into the Tokyo exhibition multiple times because the goods kept getting restocked and going out of stock. This second batch came while I was in Japan, so now that I'm back, I can finally take a look. Both passes have the giant face of Hoshina or Narumi on it, and at the back, it's a manga illustration of Hoshina or Narumi with a pocket where you can put a card pass in. So yeah, it's a pass case. Next, I got the Narumi acrylic stand. I previously received the Hoshina acrylic stand, so really happy the proxy managed to secure this. His print quality is fantastic, and I just love the manga art style illustration. Now I can put both Hoshina and Narumi together in my shrine. Okay, now that those are out of the way, let me show you what the smaller package is. I got this small package from H-Boy, and it was originally in a carton box. But I wanted to check what was inside first, hence there's no more carton box. Anyway, let me take this out from the bubble wrap first, so I can show you what's inside. You know it's brand new and it still has this white paper over it. And I love opening this up. It's like opening up a Christmas present. And here, I have the little figure of Shanks from the Run 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 series by megahouse. This series has a bunch of One Piece figures and they're all running in the same direction. Plus, they're all in childhood version, so it's super cute. I've got quite a few of them and this is my latest version. So let me open this up and show you what it's like. From this Run 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 series, I'm only collecting characters which I like, so I don't have all of them. Shanks is definitely a character I like, hence here he is. This came out for pre-order back in June last year, and he was released in December last year from H-Boy. Too bad when he arrived, he missed the January haul video. Just like the other Run 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 series figures, Shanks has a big window at the front, with photos of the figures all around the box. I feel that the box is like an Android box, which is nice to display even if you don't take the figure out. But since I'm displaying him, I'm taking the figure out. Inside the box, there is a backdrop for this running figure, and at the bottom are a set of instructions for assembly. This figure only has one blister package, and inside, the first item is the base. It's a diorama base reflecting what I believe is Gold Roger's ship. Spoiler alert, yes, this was where Shanks was in his childhood. Next is the clear plastic support rod, followed by Shanks' sword sleeve. And lastly is Shanks himself. Apparently his head is detachable, so there is a piece of plastic at the joint. With that, here are all the components for this figure. Now, to assemble him. For assembly, I'll have to attach Shanks' support rod and put him on the base. Here is the base, and just like all the other Run 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 series figures, it's like a diorama base. There are 2 dummy packs on it, so I gotta remove those. There are 2 holes on this base for Shanks to slot into. Here I have Shanks, and on his knee there is a hole. That's where this support rod goes into. So let me slot this in. It goes in at a very specific angle, so position it right first before pushing it in. On his other feet, there is another plastic pad, and this goes into the other hole on the base. So let's slot him into his base. You more or less can't see the peg on the shoe, so I think this is good to go. To complete this figure, the last item is his sword sheath. It has a plastic peg on the end, and this slots into the sword handle, which Shanks is wearing. There's a hole over here for the sword sheath to go in. So let me slot this in. And I think that will do. With that, I have this little figure of Shanks from the Run 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 series by Megahouse fully assembled. And he looks adorable. Shanks is supposed to look cool, but he looks adorable here. I have quite a few of these Run 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 series figures already, and I know what the quality is like. Thankfully, this Shanks meets that standard. Even though this is such a tiny figure, he is really detailed. His sculpting work is just fabulous, and I really love the diorama-based concept. Zooming in, his face is very well sculpted, especially his mouth. His head can't be removed, so they didn't have to sculpt his entire hair, but this straw hat looks good. His outfit is also fairly detailed. The folds in his clothes are nicely done, as well as the shading on his white shirt. All in all, I'm super happy to add this Shanks to my Run 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 collection. Now he can join the rest of the gang who's running in my shelf. Now that the little ones are out of the way, let's get into the big one. This is by designcoco, and it's one of my most highly anticipated figures this year. And it's just January. So let me open this up and show you what's inside. Can you see her? Can you see her? Just from the box, I'm so excited. Let me pull this out. This looks amazing. There's still a giant plastic wrapping over it, so let me get rid of it. Much better. This figure is the 1/7 scale figure of Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023 version by designcoco. Ever since I saw the prototype of this figure painted, I knew I had to get it. She is so cool, so beautiful, and the moment that pre-order came up, I hit that button so fast. So without wasting any more time, let me open this up. I recently came back from Japan where I managed to visit the LAM solo exhibition. And there, they had a giant statue of this very same Miku. That made me really excited to receive her. She arrived around the same time I got the Shanks figure in January, and was also too late to catch the January haul video. Oh wells. The box of this figure is so fun to look at. On the front, there is a window to look at the Miku figure, and all around the box, there are pop-colored graphics and illustrations of this figure by LAM. It's very aesthetic and cool. I definitely feel that the way this box was designed represents the figure really well. Anyway, let me take this figure out. Opening the box up, inside, there is a simple white backdrop with colorful symbols. The bottom of the box is in a blue color. There is also a paper with a QR code for the instructions. I'm lazy to use this, so I'm just gonna wing it. As for the figure, this Miku comes in 2 blister packages. Here is the first one, and inside, there are 2 acrylic supports. This is to support the acrylic back panel, which I didn't notice was included with the figure. Next is the second blister package, and inside, I first have the base. Next is the loud hailer, which Miku holds, followed by her twin tails. And lastly, I have the Miku figure herself. Here are all the components for this figure. Now to set her up. For assembly, even though this looks like a relatively easy figure to put together, I'm a little bit worried. I've seen people commenting on MSC that her joints don't really fit well together. So I hope my copy is okay and assembly goes smoothly. Well, we'll see. Anyway, for starters, I'll just set her on the base first. Here is the figure of Miku, and below her, there is a hole on her butt. It has quite a unique shape, and this will tell you the orientation to fit her on the base. When I say base, I'm referring to the speaker. This speaker is really well detailed. There's quite a bit of these stickers going around it. However, I find that the material feels a bit cheap. It's plastic and seems to be hollow inside. As for how to sit Miku on this base, there is a plastic pack at the top, and it's in the same shape corresponding to the hole on her butt. This indicates how you should orientate Miku in order to slot her on this base. Well, I think that was pretty easy. I guess my copy is quite okay. Next are Miku twin tails. These, to me, are the most eye-catching feature of this Miku design. The pleated red and blue hair is just gorgeous. Anyway, at the ends of the twin tails, there are pegs. The pegs have different shapes, so you can differentiate which one goes where. At the top of Miku's head, she has two holes. One of the twin tails goes into this hole, and the other goes into the hole on the other side. I'll try to put this twin tail in first. That went in pretty easily. However, I feel that her hair is really heavy and this plastic peg may break over time. Now to install the other twin tail. And that one managed to go in pretty well. Yay, my Miku is almost done. I'm just left with this loud hailer. This is the very first figure that I have, which is holding a loud hailer. And this piece of equipment looks pretty cool. At the bottom, there is a hole, and this slots into the handle that's on her hand over here. So let me attach this on. Okay, it seems like I can't get this loud hailer completely into its peg. You can still see a little bit of that white peg, but I think it's okay. It just looks like it's part of the loud hailer's design, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, Miku is fully assembled, but I'm not done yet. I still got this acrylic backdrop to set up. To hold the backdrop up, we'll have to use these two acrylic supports. And that's it. Finally, to complete this picture, I just have to move Miku in front of this backdrop. Is Miku at the center of this backdrop? Well, I think she is. With that, I have the 1/7 scale figure of Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023 version by designcoco fully assembled. Ever since I saw that giant Miku figure at the LAM solo exhibition, I've been really impatient about receiving this. So it was super timely that she arrived the moment I came back from Japan. I don't usually collect Miku figures because there are way too many of them, but this particular design is so up my alley. This Miku is so cool, so fashionable, and she's just so beautiful, especially with LAM's art style. Zooming into the figure, designcoco had done a fabulous job on this Miku's face. LAM's art style is captured perfectly, especially the eye decals. Look at how pretty they are. The mouth sculpt is also super adorable with the little fangs sticking out. Next is Miku's eye-catching hair. Her twin tails are pleated with red and vibrant blue colors. There is a ring at the start of the twin tails, and even though I don't know how it works, this detail is just aesthetic. Her hair sculpt lacks shading, but I feel the details makes it acceptable. Even on her head sculpt, the hair split is sculpted in detail. Moving down the figure, I love how fashionable this Miku is. She is adorned in a glossy red and black jacket with a puffy matte red track pants. Her boots are also glossy, and the shoelaces are very detailed. It's just so interesting to look at. Even the base is quite unique. It is a fancy speaker which one might mistake for a real one. Well, it would be cool if it was real. Sadly, the issue with the not so perfect fitting joints is real. I just can't get the loud hailer completely into its peg. Still looks okay though. All in all, despite some of the flaws that I have on my copy, I'm still really happy to have this Miku. She's just gorgeous. Even though I'm super happy with this figure, I feel that designcoco could have done a little bit more to the colors. Like if you take a look at LAM's illustration, there's a lot of shading on it. However, this figure looks flat in comparison. Her face is perfect, but the hair and red outfit could do with a lot more contrasting shading. That would have made this figure pop much more. But in terms of the sculpting and the base colors, I think she's just perfect. So is this figure of Miku worth it? Well, I would think so. But maybe they could have cut the cost down by removing this acrylic backdrop. To be honest, I don't really need it. It's kinda taking up space. And that's all for today's video. I'm really happy with today's unboxing and super glad that I picked up this Miku. She turned out fabulous. Anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw, do leave a like and subscribe with notifications to stay tuned to more videos. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye!